Welcome everyone to our Power Thinking, rejuvenating your amazing mind training for Wednesday. It is May 6, 2026, our first Wednesday in May. And May is Mental Health Month, Mental Health Awareness Month. Of course, we are aware of mental health certainly every Wednesday, and of course every day. If you're part of the Power Thinking app and you're a user, because you're going to get positive thoughts, notifications throughout the course of the day, every single day of the week. So we appreciate you being here. This is our first, as I mentioned, first Wednesday in May. And May is Mental Health Month. This is our 9:30 p.m. edition, and I'm your moderator, Stanley Green. Always a pleasure to be with you. Hope you had a great week so far, and that your day was a great day. And if not, remember that you have control. There are things you can do tonight. Make it a point to write down 3 good things that happened today, because every day there is good. We tend to minimize and overlook the positive. But every day there's positive things happening. But we tend, unfortunately, to focus on the negative. Our job is to help you retrain your brain so that you think differently, and so that when adversity hits, you're ready to bounce back much, much faster than the average person. So what I'd like you to do is, if you're watching us, just go to on the screen on the upper right hand corner, you'll see a QR code. Scan that QR code. We want you to take advantage of that free trial. We want you to take advantage of the assessment, the Power Thinking assessment, where you can actually go through those 7 inner strengths and find out where you are on each one. Are you average in your emotion regulation, your ability to stay calm under pressure? Are you average in your impulse control, your ability not to say or do the first thing that comes to mind? So you can actually take it tonight, find out immediately, and pay nothing. You'll put in your credit card information, and if you go for the $9.99 per month plan, you'll get a 7-day free trial. But you can get it all out the way for just $59.99 and have it for the whole year. Plus, we'll give you a 14-day free trial. So you can try out the assessment, check out all of the notifications from the past and videos associated with those notifications going forward. This tool is a tool that will help. Many of you were with us this morning, and you heard from Dr. Pamela Kennebrew, who is a licensed therapist and also is the new president of the Delaware Valley Association of Black Psychologists, a tremendous organization. We are partnering and this is a real cool partnership, but we're talking about the people who are just focused on the mind. Many of them are psychologists, some are psychiatrists, and they're dealing with people not only with mental illness, but folks who just want to be better, want an improved mental health. And so we are really excited. There was a press release that we issued a few weeks ago, and there's some press that is going out about it. We just received a quote from to go into a revised press release from the senior medical director for behavioral health for Independence Blue Cross, one of the top 15 health insurers in the country. Number 1 is United Healthcare or United Health. CVS, Aetna is number 2, and number 12 is Independence Blue Cross. They're highly concentrated in Pennsylvania, particularly Southeast Pennsylvania, where they have millions of members. And so we're happy that we got, a real positive quote from them in terms of, the importance of the work that both the Delaware Valley Association of Black Psychologists and Power Thinking doing. So you're part of something that's really special. You are special because without you, nothing happens with Power Thinking. So we're really excited that you're with us. Today, we're focusing on, the fact that it is Mental Health Month. We shared with you a video called Mental Health Awareness Tips, about 3.5 minutes long. Love to get your thoughts about the video and what was shared. And what are your mental health tips? What are you doing to improve on a daily basis your mental health? And thirdly, which tips that were shared kind of relate to what we talk about with Power Thinking? And I'll share with you what was shared. There were about 6 tips. First, focus on the positive things in life, right? That remind you of a certain exercise that we talk about a lot. Take some time to practice gratitude. Does that sound like something that we talk about, one of our inner strengths or skills? And then how about connecting with family and friends? Number 4, exercise and get enough sleep. Even if you go out and just walk the dog or walk around the block, that's some exercise. Now, better than sitting on the couch all day long. Next is developing coping skills. And so I said sitting on the couch, but you could be sitting in the office in a chair all day long and working and working, working. And so those coping skills relate to how you respond. And so what have we talked about as it relates to some of the coping skills? And of course, seek help. Does that sound familiar? So let's go through those 7 inner strengths and 7 skills. I see Christy, thanks for joining us from Florida. Omar, good to see you out of Arizona, out of Phoenix, Arizona. Good to see you as well. And all of our folks on our phone line, feel free to hit that *6. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you were with us this morning, anything that Dr. Killebrew or anyone else mentioned that may have stayed with you, we're going to be getting together again, Dr. Killebrew and I, this Friday. And that's going to be on WURD Radio in Philadelphia. So if you're in Philadelphia, you can tune in on 900 AM and or 96.1 FM in Philadelphia. But anywhere in the world, you can just go to the website, which is WURDradio.com. WURDradio.com and listen live. We're on this Friday, May 8th, from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it will be Dr. Killebrew and I, as well as another co-host, the host, Joanne Bell, co-host, Melita Jordan, and we'll also have a councilwoman from the city of Philadelphia. And we'll be focused more on domestic violence and intimate partner violence. Something that's very tragic. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago with a couple of just unbelievable incidents, but these things are happening every day. Most of them don't get into the news. This one was a former Lieutenant Governor Fairfax and his wife, who was a dentist. And they were getting a divorce, and separated, but still living in the same home. They had 2 teenage children. And unfortunately, when Mr. Fairfax had papers delivered to them as it related to the divorce proceedings, he snapped. Remember our inner strengths of resilience, emotion regulation, the ability to stay calm under pressure. And obviously he didn't stay calm. He was angry. And then there's impulse control, the ability not to say or do the first thing that comes to mind. Something came to mind. He had a gun in the house. And he shot his wife, I understand, about 7 times. And then went upstairs. He shot her in the basement, went upstairs and killed himself. And the 2 children, the teenagers, I believe, were in the house, and one called 911. Never should have happened. never should have happened. And it was all controllable and avoidable. Another incident we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and I hate to share tragic incidents, but these are the things that are happening. And the reason why we want to equip you with these skills and strengths so that you can help other people, so that we can avoid these situations. And I'd love to see the day where we've spread this to so many millions of people, that crime rates are down significantly. Relationships are better because people can, deal with their significant others in a more constructive fashion, and a tremendous ripple effect, even to our world leaders, where there's more calm and real peace, not this, peace through strength, which means I'm going to beat the other one down until they cry, I give up. But real peace, understanding, the empathy, it is all possible. So tune in this Friday in WURDradio.com, 11 a.m. To 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Dr. Kenneth Brew and I, as well as Bell and Gordon, as well as Councilwoman from the city of Philadelphia, will be with us. And mark your calendar for the 28th of May. On the 28th, Thursday. It's a Thursday the 28th. We will have a panel discussion. We have two panelists, and I'm working on someone from the American Psychological Association and from Independence Blue Cross. We already have, we just got it today, a great quote from the Senior Medical Director of Behavioral Health from Independence Blue Cross. Positive words about the work that's needed, in communities all over the world as it relates to mental health. So we're getting off to a great mental health month this May. We have more great things on the horizon. So it all starts with you. Some of you who've been with us for 7 years now. And we certainly appreciate each and every one of you who have been members for that long. And we appreciate you. So let's go through. We did get Christy up from Florida. Thank you. And Omar. Omar also said, and Omar is from Arizona. So he also says here, what do I do? What do I do is sleep early, also smile and be, okay. So comments, folks, what you do for your mental health. We're paying particular attention to mental health in the month of May. It is Mental Health Month, Mental Health Awareness Month. And we want to hear your thoughts. You can either hit that *6 or you can leave comments in the chat. So Omar said what he does is he sleeps early. Remember, getting good sleep, that was number 4, exercise and getting enough sleep. So he goes to bed early. That's what I'm still trying to do. I find myself, I may take, a nap now because I have more free time, and so that I don't have issues driving during the day, but I'll take a nap and then, but I do go to bed usually midnight or 1 in the morning because I'm doing work. But I like that. Also smile and be positive. Biking is a good one. I just started going back to my bike. I haven't been on my bicycle for about 3 years, and I'm hitting a milestone in a few weeks. So, okay, let's do some things. I do have an elliptical, and I use the elliptical, but I'm going out on the bike, and it is so refreshing because now you are out, and it's a breeze, it's hitting you, or even if it's not a breeze, you're out and about, riding to a park, just around the block. So biking is very, very good. So what are some of your thoughts, folks? The little things that you are doing. Timothy Butts, great to be here. Timothy may be in New Mexico. He may be in Texas. Timothy, really happy to see you as well. But what are you doing, folks? Leave There's something in the comments on LinkedIn, or if you're joining us using YouTube, or think about it. Just think about it to yourself, even if you don't want to, mention it here. What are you doing for your mental health? The average person does absolutely nothing. They don't think about their mental health. Whatever's going on in their head and however they're feeling, it is just the way it is. And folks need to stop doing what they're doing that may affect you. And so if they stop triggering you, then you're going to be fine. But as long as they continue to trigger you, there's going to be problems. So Timothy, good to see you. Great, as he says, great to be here. And greetings from Boston, Leona Martin, another one of, and all of the folks I mentioned so far are Power Thinking mobile app users. Really happy to have you in the fold, and others, if you're watching, go to the upper right-hand corner, hold your phone up if you have this on your laptop, and hit the QR code, and it'll take you right to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. Take advantage of our free trial. Join us and receive, the positive information on a daily basis as opposed to on a weekly basis. I'm going to put up on the screen what Timothy Butts put up. He did put up the website address, which is WURD. The letters WURD Radio. Just spell that out, WURDradio.com. This Friday morning, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Timothy, thank you very much for doing that. And we have also a good night, everyone, from Dr. Marcia. I'm sorry, I do this all the time, Dr. Marcia. She straightened me out a number of times. I hadn't seen her in a while, but I got it this time. Dr. Marcia, great to see you. Thank you for joining us. And I think you may be in the Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken. Yolanda Johnson says, blessings, everyone. Good to see you. Happy to have you as well. And we're going to go to a couple of more, and then I'm going to go through our 7 inner strengths and 7 skills. What do you do? This is Mental Health Month. What do you do? Are there some things that you do that we've talked about with our skills, but other things that you may be doing with particularly paying attention to your mental health, as opposed to just letting things happen the way things happen? Are you seeing someone like a Dr. Kennebrew? And you certainly feel free to look her up. She's the president of the Delaware Valley Association of Black Psychologists, which is a chapter of the National Association of Black Psychologists. And in fact, they had me do a training session for the psychologists back in November, and they gave them 3 continuing education credits. It was a 3-hour course. And the president not only was the president of the local chapter, the Delaware Valley chapter there, but the national president was there and in that course. It was virtual. And so it was really an honor to have them both there. So Charlie Lewis says, good evening, brother. Good to have you, Charlie. Let's see if there's other folks. Anyone, feel free to hit that *6. I'd love to get your thoughts about the video that we shared called Mental Health Wellness Tips. Feel free to look it up on YouTube for those that did not get the link. But if you have the app, you would have received the link. What are your mental health tips? So what did you think about the video? What are your mental health tips? Which tips relate to what we talk about with power thinking, with the inner strengths and skills? Again, the tips that were presented in the video were, number 1, here's what you do to improve your mental health, not only this month, but every month, every day. Focus on the positive things in life. Now, what does that relate to? We have a skill called avoiding thinking traps. Remember, our brains are processing 50,000 thoughts a day, and 70 to 80% of those thoughts are negative. So there are thoughts and thinking traps like jumping to conclusions. There's personalizing, where we beat ourselves up too much. There's externalizing, where we blame others. There's minimizing the positive and magnifying the negative. There's mind reading, we think we know what the other person's thinking, or we expect them to know what we're thinking. There's overgeneralizing. There's tunnel vision and emotional reasoning. Those are the thinking traps that we can fall into. So as opposed to, in one of the tips, the first tip, focus on the positive things, kind of relates to our thinking trap number 4, which is minimizing and magnifying, where we would tend to minimize the positive. It's just kind of natural for us as human beings, but we magnify the negative. And we have an exercise, right, that helps you put things in perspective. That at night, before going to bed, write down 3 good things that happened during the course of the day, right? Write down 3 good things that happened during the course of the day. And most people, even though they know this, they forget to do it. And there are times when I forget to do it. So you really have to be intentional. That's the big word that's used nowadays. Intentional in writing those things down before going to bed. And in the morning, writing down the things that you're grateful for. So you can focus more on the positive by being intentional, writing down those 3 good things. That was their first tip. And their second tip, take time to practice gratitude, right? So we have the 3 good things at night, which is part of our putting things in perspective, our skill number 5. And then in the morning, taking the time to practice gratitude, being thankful for, getting up, being able to get up in the morning, or, just the fact that you have family members and friends who love you. And so those 2 are covered in what we talk about on an ongoing basis. Then there's connect with family and friends. And that's part of reaching out. They have another, which is getting professional help or reaching out for help. So connecting with family and friends and reaching out for help is part of our inner strength number 7, which is reaching out, connecting with other people, right? Family, friends, and taking action when faced with setbacks and challenges. So that reaching out is something that we talk about all the time. In developing the coping skills. So remember, one of our skills of resilience is calming and focusing, taking those deep breaths, or meditating. And that is, part of coping, so that there's a pause. We talked about some domestic violence, and if folks could practice these calming and focusing skills, first, just when you feel angry, anxious, taking those deep breaths. We know about them, but we don't practice them enough such that when we are faced with a situation where there's adversity, we automatically go to our calming and focusing exercises. So those coping skills will help us respond better. We take that pause. We step away from a situation as opposed to stepping into it and having that situation escalate. So Timothy Butts says, I exercise and rest. Here we go. Right? Remember, we're talking about getting enough sleep, rest, exercise, and take a bit of solitude. Right? And that's a part of spending some time in quiet time. And there was a time I used to do more of that, where I would just take 30 minutes and just quiet time and do absolutely nothing. We hear from Yolanda Johnson. This is gardening, and there are a number of people that do that, and I understand it's very relaxing. Just digging in the dirt, and planting the seeds, and watering flowers, doing some landscaping. There are folks who just mow their lawns. I wasn't one that loved to mow the lawn, but for a lot of folks, they're getting both exercise and it's relaxing for them as well. And we'll go to another comment. Leona Martin out of Boston says, I find prayer and meditation help me to relax. So, thank you for that, Leona. prayer. And yeah, that's one where, there were folks that use affirmations. There's others who will pray and meditate. And it helps you to relax, because in that prayer, there's a lot of the gratitude exercises that are kind of combined with prayer and faith. These are the things that help us to be more resilient, to bounce back from those adverse situations. And there's Timothy Butt's prayers with others, right? Praying with others. Many times the folks will do that over the phone lines. There are actual prayer meetings. If Joan Preston is with us, Joan has prayer meetings every Thursday over the same conference lines that we use, using the same service. There are others. I believe Greg Jones has one named Joan Preston on Thursdays about 7 p.m. And feel free to reach out to me if you want to be part of that. Greg Jones, I believe, has them Tuesday about 6 a.m. Prayer sessions. Write it in the comments on LinkedIn, and what others can benefit from that as well. Yolanda Johnson writes swimming, and that's great. And Brother Charlie Lewis, listening, instrumental jazz. Oh, and by the way, thank you, Brother Charlie Lewis Jr. for that. Power Thinking has a smooth jazz station. We have a radio station that plays smooth jazz because we know it's relaxing. And Charlie, we didn't plan this time and put in Power Thinking Radio, or if you have the tune in radio, search for Power Thinking Radio. It should be all one word. And you'll see the P comes up, the same P that you see associated with mobile app. And you will get the best jazz, smooth jazz music, instrumental jazz music, history of music. So just a little levity there, folks. Thanks for that. The Power Thinking Radio. Check it out, folks, and give me feedback. So really appreciate all of your comments. We didn't go through specifically those 7 inner strengths, but I'll do that quickly. So remember our inner strengths. Resilient people will tend, and as you go through Mental Health Month and you read articles, the word resilience will be in there. And it is all about getting stronger in these 7 areas: our emotion regulation, the ability to stay calm under pressure; our impulse control, the ability not to say or do the first thing that comes to mind; our empathy, the ability to understand another person's experiences and emotions; our self-efficacy, the belief that you have control over your ability to succeed; our optimism, the view that no matter what's going on, ultimately, there's going to be a successful outcome. Of course, our causal analysis, the ability to drill down to a root cause of a situation, a problem, and then reaching out, connecting with other people, and taking action when faced with those setbacks. The skills, learning the ABCs, there's avoiding thinking traps. We talked about that. And then there's detecting icebergs, those deep-rooted, below-the-surface beliefs. We had a session on that. Those are the 3 awareness skills. Now there are 4 action skills. Now let's push back on those beliefs that are holding us back. Let's put things in their perspective. There's calming and focusing, and of course, real-time resilience. You can get to near real time. And we've had many people that have told us that when they've had something happen, they were proud of their response. They were able to bounce back in real time. So we appreciate you being with us, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, this Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time, WURD Radio. 28th, put this on your calendar. We are 50 people registered on LinkedIn, a panel on Mental Health Month. And it is We All Know Someone. So we're going to have an outstanding panel for that. That's going to be Thursday, May 28th, 8 to 9 p.m. So we look forward to seeing you there. And remember, since we spend all of our time thinking, it's 50,000 thoughts a day, we must think with power and utilize power thinking. So I'm going to say goodbye to the folks that we did not. I don't think we greeted anyone early on. So Sharon Smalls, again, thank you. Carla Hill, appreciate you joining us. Claudia, good to see you. We see a couple of wireless callers. Your names don't show up, but thank you. Omar, good to see you. Joy Johnson, thank you for joining us. Layla Llewellyn, Bill Peterson, Janice Stosto, Doug Sidoti, great to see you. Calvin Peterson, take care, everyone. Make it a fantastic remainder of the week, and we'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye. And folks who are on LinkedIn and YouTube and Facebook and the other, we appreciate you as well. Thank you for joining us and plugging in to get this weekly dose of power thinking. But let's move to getting that daily dose of power thinking with the Power Thinking Corp app. Let's see, Leona says, Power Thinking Jazz. I love it. So it's Power Thinking Radio, where we have smooth jazz. Give me your comments as you check it out. Take care, everyone. Make it a fantastic remainder of the week.